Okay, got a little sidetracked and we're getting off to a late start today, but I think it was... Really? Yeah, sometimes DOSBox does that and I don't know why. Alright, Keen 4A it is. This nice little loading screen tells us we got EGA VGA ability, SVGA compatibility. It detects keyboard, joystick, mouse, detects TC speaker, Sound Blaster, AdLib. We've got memory available to the game. Ready, press a key. And here we go. Hello everyone, this is Arafellan playing Commander Keen 4, the first one that's in the second trilogy, which turned into 2 games, but the series is really getting into its groove now. We've got better graphics, kind of like in Keen Dreams, but improved even from that. We've got digitized sound effects, like in Keen Dreams, but better. We've got digitized music, finally. We've got decent-sized character art. You can actually see some details here. Yes, Commander Keen in Goodbye Galaxy. A nice little writing screen there. Yeah, music. And the pogo stick is back. It felt so weird not having a pogo stick in Keen Dreams. An actual decent weapon, too. Anyway, control panel. Do I need to calibrate? Apparently I do need to calibrate the joystick. Configure sound. Yep, AdLib Sound Blaster. Music, AdLib Sound Blaster. Options, scorebox on, VGA. 2-button firing off. I think I might need to turn that on to use the joystick properly. Okay, so upper left, press button 1. Lower right, press button 2. Using joystick number 1. Okay, this is, when I hold it down, it just kind of zips through there. You can kind of tap to get in. Okay, second button ducks out. New game, begin. You know what, let's begin a hard game, because I'm relatively familiar with this one, and again, there are the cheats to fall back on if necessary, and also you should be able to save mid-stage, like in Keen Dreams. Keen launches into the bean with Bacon Mega Rocket. You've got your jump. Has some sound effects to that. You can duck and sort of bow. You can look up, and as I recall, where the screen can scroll, that will scroll the screen. Yeah, we got a nice close-up of the bean with Bacon Mega Rocket here. You can even see most of the pieces that were stolen in the Marooned on Mars. You got the vacuum cleaner, heavily modified, sticking out the back. You got the mouthwash or whatever bottle. You got the power battery here, and the joystick would be in the cockpit where we can't see it. Yeah, button 2, pogo. Yeah, impossible pogo trick is a little more impossible in this game. Does it accept button 3? Okay, I think I need to turn on 2-button firing to be able to shoot with the controller. No. Okay, I need to recalibrate the joystick if I accidentally press that, which is awkward. It's not configure keyboard, it's use keyboard. Okay, so return to game. And technically that's speeding a stage, but it's not really a stage at all. Alright, first off, can you save in mid-stage? Yes, you can. But escape does not take you to... I would expect escape to take you back to the action. Instead, escape is quit game, which is a decision. Oh yeah, we can gather these things. So, yeah, enter to bring this down. You get your location, you got score. We're supposed to be rescuing guys. There's a story which I didn't bother to look at. You get 20,000 for an extra life. We're on hard difficulty, 5 ammo. Drops. These things are drops. I think they work like coins in Mario games, where if you get 100, you get a life. I think it was 100. We have 3 eyes. We got a question mark here. We don't know what that is. Press a key. And we got these bouncy guys. These are harmless and actually helpful. They will bounce around. If you stand on the side of them, they'll head in that direction. Of course, you can also use the pogo stick. Some places, not so much. We got some nice animation in the background. It's nothing complicated, but the trees kind of blink every so often. And we've got our first enemy. So, 2-button firing, you press A and B at the same time, and you shoot a stun bolt. This will stay stunned indefinitely until we clear the stage or die and re-enter. And that will stay stuck down there. Yeah, those I don't like them. They don't do contact damage, but they will breathe fire. These do contact damage if they're not stunned, and the slime puddles they get behind are toxic. We can go in and out of doors. That's a new feature. Nice bit of shading as you go through. You get more shots here. We get some candy jars. I don't think there's anything to the side of the pole. Yeah, checking the ceiling for hidden stuff. Sometimes there is. And here you need to be careful. We've got a big statue of some kind of king slug. But yeah, the green slime will kill you, of course. Okay, maybe the pole climbing is as bad as in Keen Dreams. Those are stunned. There's the exit. There's that happy bouncy fellow. And yeah, we're back to where we were just a minute ago. Okay, we could just exit the stage, but I do recall there being a secret in here, which I'm going to save to even attempt to have a chance at it. Probably because I don't remember exactly where it was. Yeah, let's check the help while we're here. So the computer wrist, that's the thing we have. It's basically a fancy smartwatch, which is kind of neat. Here in the computer wrist help section. Yeah, this is telling you how the menu works. New game. Your gun is called the Neural Stunner. Difficulty levels affects how many creatures there are and how many shots you get for each one of those, apparently. Good game, save game, configure, options. If you have a Super VGA card and display problems, you can turn on compatibility mode. 2-button firing. Yeah, if you use a joystick, firing with a keyboard can be a pain, so it does not support 3-button joysticks or controllers because apparently those just weren't common then. So if you're using a gamepad or a joystick, you get 2 buttons. So if you want to be able to shoot without hitting space on your keyboard, you want 2-button firing. And then there's Battle War, which is basically just Pong. So basically he just finished that up when he heard the Shikari's message, which is the story to the game. Nito command line parameters. The game. Run left and right, get stuff, jump to jump, pogo to pogo, shoot to shoot. Enter. Press up in front of a door. You can climb poles, you can jump to get off of them, you can slide up and down, you can slide down, climb up. Grab onto edge. That's another new thing in this game. We haven't really seen a situation where it's meaningful yet because there hasn't really been anything like that, but if you're not quite high enough to land on a platform, you can grab the edge and climb up onto it. That was another thing I was really, really missing in Keen Dreams. If you see switches, press up and you can flip them. You can drop down through what I've heard called semi-solid platforms. The ones you can jump up through. Yes, you can look up and down. Some doors you need gems to open, so they're basically key cards. To finish a level, you need to either leave it or find the council member. Tons of bonus items and secret rooms. The impossible pogo trick. If you quickly press pogo and jump, you blast off at an angle. This is very difficult if you use 2-button firing, because 2-button firing, you need to press pogo and jump to shoot. So if you're trying to just hold one and press the other, you're going to end up shooting instead of launching your pogo. Mid-air pogo, if you pull it out in mid-air, you can get better control for the first bounce. You can shoot downward or when you're in the air or on a pole by pressing down. You can also shoot up by holding up and shooting. Cool jumps. Things in an arc, you do a cool jump to get them all. Here's our bonus items. Soda, gum, candy, jawbreaker, donut, ice cream. Guess our books and teddy bears are just left by the wayside. Stunners give you shots, gems open doors, flasks give you an extra life. You see some of the monsters here. The bounders, they're friendly. They can get in your way. They can push you around a bit. They're kind of solid. You can also stun them if they're getting in your way or if you're trying to shoot something else. Council members, you're trying to rescue them. The dope fish, the most famous creature from Keen 4. The second dumbest creature in the universe after, I believe, the bark-better beast of Troll from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which is so stupid that it thinks if you can't see it, it can't see you. If you write your name on a tombstone, it thinks you're dead and won't try to eat you. The licks, they breathe a lick of fire. Mad mushrooms, you can't stun those. They're sort of like thwomps. Poison slugs, Princess Lindsay. Schoolfish, they're just there. I think they can distract the dope fish. Sky pest, you can't shoot them that I recall, but you can pogo them when they're on the ground. Sprite, underwater creatures, kind of nasty. They're basically turrets. Wormmouth, you can stun those, you need to time it right. They're similar to the Blargs in Super Mario World, but on land. And then tips for playing. The story. We should go into this. Long story short, he hears a message spoken in the language of Omnispeak, the Vorticons taught him. Milky Way will be utterly destroyed. No one can stop us now. Remake the galaxy in the name of the Ganalak. Power to the Shikati. Sounds like a job for Commander Keen. And again, we got some nice little art there. Who the heck are the Shikati? Where are they? And how are they planning to destroy the galaxy? So we head to Noscus 4, the home of the Gnosticenes, guardians of the Oracle, who owe him a favor and he needs some answers. And he zaps his mom because this is no time for supper. And his dad comes and zap. Yep, he stunned his parents. That's not very nice, but we got a galaxy to save. Again, very Saturday morning cartoon. Oh, Captain Keen. That's Commander Keen. The Shikati were here and they kidnapped the members of the council and took them to the Shadowlands. They didn't kill them? Impossible, they're immortal. So they just made sure they weren't available to activate the oracle. Well then, I'll just go get them. But Captain Keen, they engulfed a bunch of horrible creatures. Well then, I'll go get them carefully. And if you call me Captain Keen again, I'm taking you with me. Sorry. So that's the story. Wording info, this is not going to be meaningful anymore. But Goodbye Galaxy. 2-episode trilogy? And then Aliens Ate My Babysitter. A special episode that takes place after Goodbye Galaxy, assuming Keen is successful. And about ID Software, cutting-edge games in software technology and design. John Romero, and other names you may recognize. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Yes, this was the spot. If you pogo up here and hold left and turn off the pogo at the top of the jump, you'll climb up into whatever this is. Yeah, that says extra in the standard galactic alphabet. If you pogo up onto this, there's a bunch of extra lives here. Yeah, this is obviously not an accident. You can bounce on top of that. I think you might be able to get stuck over here. Maybe not. Okay. But yeah, you get that nice smooth climbing animation. Can you grab on without climbing up? Yes, you can. You can press down to drop off. You press up or in the direction of the ledge to climb on. Yeah, pressing away also works. The door's not quite aligned to the floor here, but that's okay. It still works. It takes you straight to the exit. And that's level clear with 7 bonus lives for fun. And it kind of branches out here. Commander Keen, hero of the galaxy, cannot swim. We've got a level here, we've got a level here that's in the way. Let's do this one first. The Perilous Pit. Stun that right away. Nice, we got some extra shots here. Yeah, this game makes good use of dithering. Kind of how this kind of fades out around the actual usable area. That's a very good thing to have when you're in a 16 color setup. Let's just save. Because I don't really remember what's down here. Or whether you can get back out ever. Yeah, and then I accidentally fire a shot because, again, two-button firing is not the best thing in the world. Okay, you have to pogo to get on that, and there's a slug. Yeah, those can touch you. They don't hurt. But that does. I'm just going to scout a bit and then load. Okay, there's a glyph that's not working. There's a slug. Yeah, you can jump through the wall there. Okay. Press yes to load. I think what I want to do here is just come back to the right immediately. Yep. Bunch of shots, bunch of points. We can worry about collecting those other things once the way is clear at the bottom. Because there's a slug down there, and I don't want to land on it. So, of course, I land on it. Yeah, I always thought it was kind of weird that you get the choice of exiting or retrying the level, but not loading? Okay. Stun that first. Let's see if there was any other danger around. There's another slug. Yeah, you don't want to land on their slime. There's a sleeping slug down there. It's kind of cute, actually. Okay, I forgot to bring up the standard galactic alphabet translator. Pretty sure that that's a T. But yeah, I'll have it next time. Okay, so here we've got a slug and a bouncy. The slug apparently can't go over the hole. There's a key. But yeah, you can look down, you can look up. We don't have the right key for this. But yeah, there is standard galactic alphabet all over. I think I can pogo up to that. Not too much mana. Actually, it's probably easier to do it off the moving platform. Yeah, there is a bit of, not magnetism exactly, but if you're close enough to a platform, you'll land on it kind of centered. Yep. Yeah, that I'm pretty sure just says high. Oh, that's an H, not a T. Some of these rocks are not just decoration. This is not one of those, though. Yeah, mad mushrooms are very predictable. They bounce low twice, then bounce high once. Yeah, can I get back up to the top? Where that... Oh, let's save here. You know I'm playing on hard, so... Okay, so that's H at the end of this. But I'm not sure what the rest of it is. Oh, I think it says watch out. Yeah, that thing will kill you. Oh, there's two of them. Yeah, I have 10 lives. Let's just not restart. Yeah, I got in there before. How'd I do it? It's not like a hidden thing here, is there? Okay, yeah, 2-button firing is getting awkward. I might just want to put it back to off and use the spacebar. Yeah, those will turn around when they drop a thing. Yeah, we got the life back anyway. Yeah, I feel like you have to be able to do this. Yeah. It's not even that difficult. Yeah, that's enough height, but the momentum's a problem. Yeah, and there's just stuff hiding in the wall there. Yeah, the music's not very complicated, but just having music is such an improvement over not. Alright, so back in here, let's actually watch out. So that was at H, so... that's a W, if I'm right. H, I... something H? And a W at the end? OW? Does that just say high and low? Yeah, there's two of them. But they are overlapped so well I couldn't even see that. Right, hit the switch. I think those can still kill you even when they're retracted if you jump into them, so don't. Okay, now this elevator's activated. Yeah, these are sort of like the donut box in Mario games, where they will fall if you stand on them for long enough. Momentum. It actually exists. Might as well grab those. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting the stuff at the top right of the level. And I'm not sure how I did get it the one time I did. Yeah. Took a little too long there. Ah, you need more momentum coming back towards it. So you actually need to jump out further so that you're coming back faster. At least I have a ton of shots now. Yeah, and those extra points do not hurt. Yeah, just down here, there's 5,000 points. Yeah, two-button firing is getting really awkward. Sometimes I'll accidentally jump or pogo what I'm just trying to shoot. If I don't press the buttons at exactly the same time. Yep, and there's even an animation frame for shooting down. Yeah, there's a bit of a cutout in the ceiling there, so it jumps high enough that it's not difficult to get under it. I think the one towards the gate that I got killed at earlier has less of a ceiling, or yeah, less headroom rather. Just take a bit of time to collect these. It's kind of interesting it doesn't show the drops on your HUD. Okay, so that guy's going to drop off to who cares where. This guy. just need to be quick. Okay, I don't know how I didn't get hit there. You might get some mercy invincibility when you come through a door. Okay, you need the blue gem here. Make sure there's nothing hidden behind that. And we've rescued our first Oracle member. No sweat, oh Guardian of Wisdom. Thumbs up and grin. And that big K flag to show you, yep, you've beaten it, and you can't go back in. And now, Slug Village. Which, unsurprisingly, has a bunch of slugs, but also a lick right at the entrance. So we will save in the slug. Yes, you can stun them. You can still stand on them when they're stunned, though, which is interesting. Yeah, and the slugs have at least 2 different stunned frames, which is neat. And yes, you can shoot down. Oh, there's the Sky Pest. You want to hit them with a pogo when they're on the ground. Because once they start flying around, they become quite dangerous. There's another lick. Happen again. Yeah, I'm turning off 2-button shot. It's just more trouble than it's worth. Okay, so now I need to hit spacebar on the keyboard to shoot. And I got kind of lucky there. So I could have easily landed in the slug slime. Yeah, there is stuff down there. And in here, too. I think the bouncy thing's getting in my way. Oh no, it fell down there. Okay, we got some ice cream, we got a shot. This was well worth a detour. Yeah, there is a sheet that will show you what you can go through and what you can't, but it also makes the graphics look really weird. And you need to keep using it, or reusing it to update the display, I think. And I don't remember what it is offhand anyway. But yeah, that green thing we saw down there. Yep. It's dangerous. Yeah, you want to try to shoot it when it sticks its head out. Yeah, I should have saved before doing that. Alright. give this another try. Yeah, I'm getting stuck behind that thing again. Yeah, I need to look up the cheats so I can figure out how to show what you can walk through. Alright, so this guy. I know you can stun them, it's just a matter of getting it to work. You just wait for it to pop out and then shoot as soon as it sticks its head up. It's been a while. That kind of worked, but also very not. Might need faster reflexes. Yeah, and you can't just walk past them. I know it's possible to survive that. I just forget how exactly it works. Maybe if I jump. That certainly didn't work. Yeah, I think I was still in cooldown from the first shot. Okay, that worked. I'm not exactly sure what I did differently, though. Thing is, there's another one of these. Yeah, they don't have a cooldown of their own, or not much of one. Okay, this is just being quick enough. And I don't think those are worth trying for. Anything else here? Doesn't seem to be. Okay, I thought that looked a bit different. And you can almost see where the texture doesn't quite line up. Or maybe it's just me. Yeah, I feel like there's a definite seam right about like just overhead. I'm just trying to put the mouse cursor on the screen, but the mouse cursor is not showing at the moment. Which it probably isn't supposed to be. Yeah, I feel like the smart thing to do here is wait for that to go by and just go behind it. I don't know if that's safe. Because the slime will kill you, but I'm not sure if your hitbox is wide enough that you wouldn't be able to go past it when it's on the edge like that. Yep, there's another one up there. Get back here. Or bounce in the fire for all I care. And actually, that makes it dangerous. Nope. Haven't been up here to stun this yet. I do like how they keep their momentum when they're stunned, though. It just kind of flies off. That's 100 drops. Yeah, it's Slug Village. There's a lot of slugs. Not sure why there's so many of these, though. Just to be a threat, I guess. Yep, there's a sky pest. Hold still. Yeah, you can get those. It's a lot of trouble. But there was something else down here. Should have looked down first, but wasn't punished. Do those go up the slope? Yes, they do. And there's two of them. Okay. Ah, wrong button. Ah, I can just load. Okay, that worked. Somehow. Unexpected hole in the roof. Okay, it's just a timing thing. You need to kind of anticipate them and shoot a bit in advance of when it feels like you should. But yeah, I don't think there's really anything to find in this level except bonus items. Good enough. And there's the exit. Let's not bother stunning those and just leave. Okay, that's 3 stages clear without too much trouble. We've got the icy mountain zone up here. 1, 2, 3 levels. Yeah, let's do that next time. Save. Icy zone. I remember there being rather nasty bird monsters in this area. Now let's end with a little paddle war. It's basically Pong. The computer is handicapped by having a relatively low top speed. It will otherwise track the ball perfectly. So what you need to do is hit the ball off the edge of your paddle to get it to take a steep angle. Of course, if you misjudge it, it just slides right by you. But sometimes you can get a few in a row like that. Very simple game. But it is the sort of thing you'd have on a simple watch device. Come to think of it, I believe the very first video game was programmed on an oscilloscope. Maybe not the first, but one of them. There, perfect. Not quite steep enough. And the sound effects, simple but effective. And I think it's the 21. And there we go. And that is Battle War. Yeah, next time we'll head into the mountains. Until then, this has been Aerophil. I'm playing Commander Keen episode 4. Yeah, what was the name? I think it was the trilogy is called Goodbye Galaxy. Yeah, the trilogy, which is actually 2 games, is Goodbye Galaxy. Episode 4 was Secret of the Oracle, because we're trying to rescue the Gnostis whatevers to get the message from the Oracle. Yeah, okay. Anyway, if you want to see the rest of the Keen series at this point, you can check that in the archives. I've played through all of them, even Keen Dreams, which got to be a lot less painful when I realized I could save in the middle of levels. But yeah, come back next week for more. Feel free to check out the archives and all that. And otherwise, enjoy